that dirt on my lip? Am I that dirty? My lip dirty?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Only 7% battery remaining.
It's plugged in now.
Yeah, but it's hard for me to record with it plugged in.
Oh. I see. I wonder if I can get it back to this spot right here. Oh man.
Why don't we just see about the road, dude?
Huh?
Why don't we just see about the road? Yeah. There's a DirecTV dish on that.
Huh?
There's a DirecTV dish on it. See it?
Oh yeah. All right, guys, we made it to Boonville, Missouri. We are at a pilot that used to be a old idle air. They've got the idle air hoses everywhere. Pretty sure it's not functional anymore. Get over here, fat butts. Where do you think you're going? It's a decent sized truck stop, but the way they have the parking set up is kind of a nightmare. Just with all these idle air things and the way people are parking, I figured it would just be better. You stay right there. Stay. It would just be better to park along the road with all these other guys that can't back. And actually, he's got an over-dimensional, and that guy's got a Stinger, so he can't back that anyways. Come on, fat butts. And I'm a rookie. I tell you, it's like I think I get this spread axle thing figured out, and then pow, I completely screw up on some of the most simple backing. You know, like I'll nail some really good backing. I'm like, yeah, shit, I got this. And then we'll pull up to a spot and something super simple, like when I dinged up the toolbox. Man, I could not get that thing to back the way I wanted it to save my life. You know, it's all about, sometimes it follows the rear axle, sometimes it follows the front axle. It's all in like how it's loaded, and it's just been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare backing this. I'm still glad I got a spread axle, because like on this load, I think we're 39,000 pounds on the rear. And if I wasn't on a spread axle, then I would be illegal right now. Come over here, fat butts, away from them. Anyways, we've only got about 20 minutes left on the clock. So we pulled in here. I think we've got 4.5 hours left in the morning. We thought we had one load. Hopefully that APU isn't too loud for you guys here. We thought we had one load. Mason called the guy. It started out being one excavator needing picked up at a place. It was like a rental place and going to a rental place, and it was like 82 miles for like 750 bucks. And he's like, do you want to do this? I was like, well, like, is it going to be like an all-day thing? Why, you know, I was trying to figure out, why is it paying so good? Why doesn't the rental company just do it themselves. I'm like, call the broker and figure out what the deal is with it. So he calls me back. He's like, all right, we're gonna grab this. I'm like, all right, why? What's going on? He's like, this is gonna be really good. I was like, all right, hit me with it. He's like, all right, so they want you to take one excavator over to this place, drop it off, pick up another excavator, and bring it right back to where you started. It was like a 200-mile trip. I think he said it was gonna pay, I think they were gonna do like $1,250 or something for the trip. And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess that's good for mileage, but it's not good like for an overall day, like if it takes up the whole day. So he's like, all right, so he's just got to go get approval for this. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, he's got to go get approval for this price. I'm like, oh, so it's like a bid load, so he doesn't even have it. He's like, no, he said he has it, but he just has to get approval for it. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, dude. So we waited like a couple hours, and I'd ask him about it. I'm like, look, dude, we don't have a Raycon yet. He's like, yeah, he said he's still waiting on approval. I'm like, there's something up with this, right? But he's not wanting to give up. He's like, you know, this is really good money for 200 miles. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it is really good money. I'm like, do this. And at this point, it had been like 3 or 4 hours. I said, do this, jump on the load board and see if he still has that load posted. He's like, why? I said, because if he still has it posted, everybody that calls in, he's knocking $100 off. So he told us $1,250. He's probably telling the next guy $1,150. Then he'll lock that guy up, and then he'll keep it posted. And then the next guy, it'll be $1,050. He's like, you think so? I was like, watch. I bet you it's on the load board. And he started to look, and he's like, yep, it's on the load board. And it had just been refreshed like not long ago. I was like, see, this guy's playing us. So he found us another load. It picks up in Wichita, and it goes up to Nebraska somewhere. And we're sitting there waiting on the Raycon for this one, right? And finally, like an hour and a half goes by, and I'm like, dude, what's going on with these brokers? So he called the broker, and the broker's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get you the Raycon. We were already set up with them and everything. He's like, I'm gonna get you the Raycon over, don't worry. Well, about another hour goes by. And at this point, you know, we've already written off the excavator part. And he gets a call. So the first call he talked to about the excavators was a guy. The second load he talked to was a girl. So he gets a call from a guy, and he's like, hey man, are we still good for that load? Mason, thinking it was the excavator guy, he said, no, you guys took too long. He said, we've already booked another load. And the broker lost his mind, started cussing him out. I can't believe you're effing doing this, you little son of a bleepy, you know, and going off. And Mason hangs up the phone, you know, the guy hangs up on him, and Mason calls me right away. He said, you know what, I'm tired of the way these people think they can talk to me. And I'm like, what's going on? And he told me about it. And he's like, the guy said that he sent us the Raycon 4 times. Oh, the guy even told him. He said, I sent you the Raycon 4 times. Mason's like, we never got a Raycon. And the guy's like, yeah, your MC number is blah, blah, blah. And Mason's like, no, I don't know whose MC number that is. Look at her being so good. And anyways, ends up telling me about it. I'm like, are you sure the two aren't mixed up? He's like, no, I talked to this guy for the first load, and it was a woman for the next one, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, call the second load that you got and find out what's going on. Well, he calls, and that guy answers. And Mason's like, are you guys going to send the Raycon for Nebraska? He's like, didn't I just get off the phone with you? He's like, yeah, I think so. He's like, oh, and the broker's like, I made a mistake. He said, I thought you were somebody else. I've been sending the Raycon to the wrong email address. And he thought that we were trying to back out on the load. So I'm like, I'm glad you stayed professional, Mason, because he's like, man, I wanted to cuss him out. I'm like, no, we just have to stay professional. if they're in the wrong, they're in the wrong. If they're in the right, we just got to eat it, you know. So got a raycon for that. We'll be going to Nebraska. We're picking up something that's like 8 feet wide, 8 feet tall. I think it's listed 30 feet long, and it's only 20,000 pounds, and it pays pretty good. So that'll get us dropping Friday, probably Friday morning. We'll be dropping this. Probably tomorrow, like 10 o'clock. And then I think we have like 15 miles of deadhead to go pick up the next one. Then we'll pick that one up, and they stop unloading at 2 o'clock. Or else I think we could technically have dropped it. But they stop unloading at 2, so we'll just drop that first thing in the morning, and then we'll look for something to drive through the weekend. So anyways, my battery's about to die. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Wow, I hope I didn't confuse you guys here. Sorry. Oh, sunglasses. Gotta have those. Good morning. Or, time is it now? 10 o'clock. So we woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. We couldn't leave till, I think it ended up being like 5:51 or something. But we're an hour away now from dropping. We've been trying to call these people for 2 days, well, yesterday and this morning, to let them know that about what time we would drop. We ran into some traffic this morning. That cost us about 45 minutes. So now it looks like it's going to be around 11 o'clock before we can drop. I don't know if they can see you yet.
That's okay, I'm trying to do something.
What are you trying to do? Oh, yeah. So I'm having her email the broker to let them know, look, we've been calling this company and this contact number you gave us, and nobody's answering. I think it's an Amazon place that we're dropping. Or is it the Amazon place we're picking up? I think it's the Amazon place that we're dropping. So, anyways, air conditioner is freezing us out at night. The one in the truck still isn't working for some reason. This is the second day in a row that it hasn't worked. I don't know if I told you guys, but I was trying to figure out what was wrong with the AC while we were home. Ended up pulling that panel out. We have a burnt wire, and the back of the AC panel's burnt up, so we've ordered a new one of those. I can never keep track of what I tell you guys, so if this is like the 6th time I've told you, I'm sorry. So anyways, that's the update. We're about an hour away, and then the next one will pick up at about 15 minutes away from this drop-off, and that one goes to Nebraska. I don't want my boy looking for something until we have this dropped, until we have the next one picked up. That way we kind of know we're not getting screwed, you know? So anyways, that's the update. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we have made it to our delivery. We are in a Amazon warehouse that is fully air conditioned right now. So this is going to be fantastic to unload this. So I'll set you guys up. I think the forklift driver is going to wait on us to untarp this, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, we are all unloaded. That thing's worth every penny of 80 bucks, just so you know. So we just got to clean up a few things here, and then we get to pull out of this monster of a warehouse. Punch the address into this, please. Holy shit, he's fucking millimeters from hitting that hole, dude. Why did he just go around like that? Wasn't he standing there when you asked? All right, so it looks like our next pickup is only, oh, now it's saying 12 minutes. It was just saying 7 minutes away. Maybe it thought we could go on another road that we don't have access to because Amazon's here?
Maybe, I don't know.
12 o'clock, our load appointment is at 1. I got yelled at when I first went in there because I wasn't wearing a hard hat. Then we were unloading. Lita was in shorts. I thought all the guys were just being perverts, staring at her, bending over in her little short shorts with her big old booty hanging out. They probably were, though. But they made her put pants on. So,
I mean,
if you work at Amazon, you're a homo. I think they have signs everywhere. I didn't realize we were going to be going in the building to unload.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So, all right, 11 minutes away. See you there. All right, we have arrived to our next pickup. Just got to sit here and wait on him to come get us, huh, Babs?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be some type of a tooling kit for one of them big windmills, right? Something like that. It's supposed to be 8 foot wide, 8 foot tall, 32 feet long or something.
So it's 30.
20,000 pounds.
So it's 38 feet, 8.
Oh yeah, 8 by 8. 8 by 8 by 38, 20,000 pounds. So, I don't know. We'll see what we get. All right, guys. We're loaded up, but we're not chained down. And remember how I told you it was 20,000 pounds? It's 42,000 pounds. So the Raycon is wrong. So we are contacting the broker right now to find out what's the deal with this, because we thought we'd have a nice light load, and it's 22,000 pounds more than what they said. So I'm gonna go ahead and start chaining it down. We're not leaving without a new Raycon, so we'll see what happens. Well, this is what we ended up with. Lita's grabbing some bungees to tie up the extra chain. We have 2 chains, 4 binders on this. This is supposed to be 22,000. That's supposed to be, no, that's supposed to be 20,000. That's supposed to be 22,000. We've got chains pulling on the front and back the same way. And then I've got these at a V pattern as well. And then we threw 3 straps on here because there's, I apologize if it's windy. There's 3 things you have to take into account when you're strapping a load down. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. You got length, you got weight, and the scariest one of them all is how scary does it look. And that should tell you how many straps and chains to use. So, I don't know. We still haven't heard back from the broker. My goodness, it's so windy. I don't have my windsock on. I'll walk backwards. I'll just get in the truck. All right, let me see if we figured something out. Why does this always happen to me? I don't understand. It's like the broker won't answer the phone now. We won't answer emails. I told Lita we're not moving until we get a new race on. So I'm starting to charge him detention from this point on. We need to hang that up. I gotta get some water. All right, let me get off here. All right, so we finally got a hold of the broker. He's trying to offer a measly $100 for more than twice the weight, because he has it on there for 20,000 and it's 42,000, right? He's like, oh, well, I made a mistake. I can give you extra 100. It's like, dude, an extra 100 won't cover the fuel. So at first I told Lita an extra 500, and I should have stuck to that. But it's only 300, like 315 miles away. So I was like, I won't take anything less than 300. And the guy's like, no, I'm not paying you an extra 300. I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, all right, well, you can pay me a no truck use fee and some retention fee for sitting here waiting on you to answer the phone call. All right, I guess I'll pay you the 300, but we need to discuss our future relationship. It's like, I've never pulled for you, dude. There is no relationship. I should have been like, and aren't you the one that cussed out my dispatcher? Yeah. That's the same guy, right?
It was him, and then he said, like, Mason said he was talking to him all kinds of ways about 300. He was like, listen, buddy, this is your problem, because he was like, over a clerical error, and Mason was like, yeah, but it's a big one.
A 22,000 pound clerical error. You know, it's not like, oh, well, it's 38 feet, and technically, look, it took up our entire trailer.
Yeah.
And they have 38 feet on here, and it took up almost our entire trailer. I'm gonna call my son. Make a loop around this weigh station, weigh on that side, and then come back around this way. That seems a little silly. And this is weigh each axle. Man, it's rough as shit coming through here. This is what's ridiculous, man. They want to make sure your truck is safe to drive with this crap. I got that 4x4 sticking out on this side. I don't see like a... Oh, I see.
There's currently live traffic on the road.
All right, guys, we have stopped for the night. We are in York, Nebraska, at a little Club 81 Travel Center and Grill. This is as far as we could drive our time out. I think we have an hour left in the morning to drive. I think it's about 7:45 right now. And I don't think we'll be waking up like super early. I think they're gonna unload us at around 8. I don't know if I told you guys. So we got an extra $300 for this. It was only 300 miles, so I added $1 a mile. Ooh, this is kind of some stinky mud. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, that's not enough. But to be honest, the load was paying over $5 a mile already, so the broker's not gonna pay double, like a lot of you guys are probably saying right now. I'd have made them pay double since it's double the weight. I mean, to be honest, if this load would have been posted at 42,000 at the rate that they had posted, I would have taken the load. But being that they posted it at 20,000, I'm doing a forced regen on the truck right now. That's why it's kind of noisy. I don't even know what I was talking about now. Oh, even if it would have been posted, but because he posted it at 20K and I show up expecting 20K, that's when you need to pay me more money. And he tried to be like, oh, it's a clerical error, I can give you $100. I'm like, $100 isn't gonna do. So anyways, they're supposed to have one shower in this building. I'm hoping to get a shower. Yes, they told us we could park here. All those idiots over there can't park. There's like 16 feet between the truck and you can't get between them. So Lito went in, said, where can we park? They said, just park alongside this fence. I think they probably wanted me over a little bit further, but I'm not getting stuck in this mud, so it is what it is. They got a Dollar General down the road. We're gonna do some shopping for some like waters. We're almost completely out of water. Today was pretty miserable on the truck, huh? Because it's so hot and the AC's not working, and it seems like the fan motor isn't even blowing now. So I don't know if that brand new fan motor's gone out or if the control knob has finally shit the bed. So looks like this is a farm. They haul farm stuff. It's like Pillin Family Farms. Got a bunch of cattle trailers back there. Man, Nebraska's beautiful, but it smells like shit. This whole state smells like shit. I mean, it does. The whole time we've been here, that's all we've smelled. Yeah. I mean, they got a lot of cattle, obviously, but man, it stinks. I don't mind it a little bit. Like, I don't mind cow poop that much, but when you start getting into like pigs and chickens and stuff like that, man, they can really smell pretty bad. So anyways, we're gonna let this thing do a regen. Then we're gonna walk down to Dollar General, get some waters before they close, and then we might eat here. You want to eat here?
I don't know if that place is open.
Yeah, I don't know, but I definitely want to get a shower. So we're gonna let this thing regen, and we'll see you guys later.